Welcome to the first episode of Video Game Movement Study. Today we're going to talk about a video game called New Super Lucky's Tale, which is a small indie platformer created by Playful Studios. Throughout this video, we'll talk about the basic mechanics of this game, like how to move, the advanced mechanics of the game, and how these advanced mechanics will be applied throughout a speedrun. So to start this, let's go over Lucky's basic movement in this game. Lucky has basic analog movement where he can go in all 8 directions. Lucky can go up, down, left, and right, and even in diagonals. When running in circles, he gets a slight little speed boost that helps him turn corners a little bit easier. You can slightly see the speed boost in what I'm showing you in the video right now. Next we have is Lucky's jumps. His jumps are actually perfect for this game. They're not too high and they're not too low. Lucky even has a double jump to help you progress through the game with ease. His double jump can be used in succession, or it can be delayed to help you jump even further. The movement that you'll be using for most of the game is this little barrel that he has. By holding the button, you'll stay underground and it'll give you a slight little speed boost. Your turning is slightly better also. By jumping in the air and using the same button you used to dig, you can dive into the ground. This is slightly slower than just standing there and digging, but it can also lead to using his homing attack. The next form of movement we're going to talk about is this little slide that Lucky's has. By using the dig button, it allows you to slide on solid ground. Sliding on solid ground is faster than digging, and it can also be used in the air. If you jump and dive down, you get a bigger speed boost than the normal just smashing the slide on the ground. I recommend you get used to using this movement. It's going to be one of the most useful things throughout the game. Lucky also has a little 3-hit attack. This will be his basic form of attacking throughout the game. He also has other forms of movement that can be used with it later on. When you jump and use the tail swipe, it will allow you to sit in the air for about a half a second. This will be a basic fundamental used to suspend yourself in the air for a bit longer. Next, we're going to talk about Lucky's slide momentum. When sliding down large hills, he gains a monumental speed boost, which is very, very helpful in a speed run. When watching the speed boost in slow motion, you can also see how well he turns onto the ground. So the first and most important advanced technique I'm going to show you is called Bonk Hopping. This technique will be used throughout the entire speed run. So first you're going to want to jump into the air. Next, you're going to want to start diving towards the wall like you're about to hit it. Then after you hit the wall, you're going to want to tail swipe immediately after you hit it. Then lastly, you're going to want to jump again. Note, anytime after you tail swipe and hit the wall, your jump will reset. And once it's all together, this is what it looks like. After you've mastered this technique, you can reach any vertical platform in the game. Just look here as an example of how high you can reach by using the move over and over again. Now here's a couple examples in a run where you can see the bonk hopping being used in succession. Notice how you're not gaining any vertical distance while using this technique. He's just using the horizontal speed to keep him at a set height. This is used to skip a couple cutscenes throughout the game. So this next technique isn't really all that useful, but in order to do it, all you have to do is dig and then release the dig button and jump at the exact same time. As you can see here, you can see the first frame of the double jump animation. This lets you know that the trick was executed properly. Next, I'm going to show you an example of a little time save on how to use this trick. In this first example, I will show you the slower version of getting over this wall. Notice how it takes me 2 bonk hops to get over this wall right here. Now pay attention to how quickly I get over the wall with this attempt. As you can see here, it only takes me 1 bonk hop to get over the entire wall. It's a very minor trick, but things like this can help you improve your time. Using the slide on thin ledges has an interesting property to it. When on a thin ledge, you can reset the slide's properties. Now I'm going to play back what happened in slow motion. As you can see here, you dive down, you slightly go off, and you reset the speed over and over again. This trick is kind of hard to do and is mainly used for overworld movement. So the most known, fastest way of traveling on solid ground is by doing this. You just mash the dive button over and over again. It's not too much faster than the other methods I'm going to show you, but it is the fastest way of doing so. Next is the normal high jump into slide, where you get the fast speed boost, but the dive is slow in general. So this next little trick I'm going to show you is not as fast as the other two, but it's kind of fun to do. You can jump, instant tail swipe, and then go straight into a dive. This will give you the full speed boost instead of having to do a full hop into a dive. Now let's go over this trick called the bee skip. The trick was found by me and is basically used to skip approximately 20 seconds of this level. So what you're gonna see here is Lucky running past the bee, wait for the bee to shoot a stinger, and then you're gonna jump into the air and try and hit it. Once you make it to this point, next you're gonna want to dive and hit the stinger. Afterwards, you're going to want to jump and then dive and try and bonk hop off of the wall. Don't be scared if you fail this trick a couple times. This is one of the harder tricks in the game and it takes a lot of time to actually understand how it works. The rest of this run is pretty simple. You're just jumping from platform to platform, trying to make sure you don't get hit by any enemies and not fall off and die. This next section will showcase more of how you will move with the bonk hopping. The first thing you'll see here is Lucky immediately trying to bonk hop to the top of the level. Next he's going to try and go and dive to the wall on the other side. A lot of times there's invisible walls in this game, so you can bonk hop off of those also. So other than just going vertical with the bonk hop, you can also go horizontal, where you can choose not to go too high and stay at a set height. And from this point on, Lucky's gonna hit the lights and use the bonk hopping to reach higher areas to hit all the lights. Once you understand the game's layout, things like this start to become a bit easier. So overall, Super Lucky's Tale is a really fun 3D platformer. It's relatively easy to get into, and the community is really nice and sweet. If you're looking for a fun, casual 3D platform to play, I recommend you try this game out. Or if you're looking for a simple and short speed game to start learning. I'll also be posting the link to the Discord in the video's description, so if you're interested, be sure to check it out. And if you liked the video so far, and you want to learn more about other speed games, feel free to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And remember, always try to have a great day.